Hey everybody, what's going on? This is a video to show all the features of my 2017 BMW M3 Competition. In 2017, this is one of four that was ever created in Fire Orange 2. It's an individual M3. This car has been in my possession for roughly a year, and I am looking to sell it and downsize my fleet. I have a few cars. I have my M340 and I also have an Audi that I don't have with me here today. But I just wanted to do a quick video, quick walk around of what this car is, what it has, its history, so on and so forth. Sorry for any background noise. This is middle of the day in my neighborhood. So this car had about a $91,000 MSRP. I will have a vehicle history report from BMW where I work, provided with the vehicle, so you know all the options and features that this car came with. The carbon fiber down below that you see here is factory, not the top portion, but this portion is. This came from BMW. It is on the window sticker. There are a few tiny little rock chips, nothing crazy. The hood is very clean. One little rock chip there. Again, this was never a museum piece, but it's in extremely beautiful shape. So please expect it is a 2017. It was driven to have a few tiny little rock chips. So here's the beauty about this car. It has a roughly 53,000 miles on it, give or take. A little less than that, to be honest with you. And I had an E92 M3 before this, and I sold that for this because it's just such a rare beauty that I couldn't help myself. So this car, best part about it, it's absolutely never been modified other than a suspension that was put on it by the previous owner. The previous owner did a Fortune Auto coilover system on it. With that, it did delete the EDC. So there is a warning that comes up when you first start the car, and then you have to hit OK, and then it just goes away. There are ways to code that out. In my possession, it never really bothered me. I never ended up doing it. But yes, you can delete that, or you can, I believe, purchase a delete kit, but it's a lot cheaper to go the coding out route. So I'm going to do a quick walk around. Again, this is a 2017 M3 Competition. The black kidney grills are from the factory. The difference with the Competition, you get 444 horsepower. It's a bump over the, I believe, 425 that comes in with the regular model. The wheels are 20-inch forged wheels. Here, as you can see, brakes and rotors in really good shape. You have tons of pad left. Let me see if I can zoom in there. You have tons of pad left. These wheels I actually had redone. They were done in a matte black when I purchased the vehicle, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I had it done a custom, almost like the shadow line, where the shadow line is done. But let me back up here a little bit. So what I had them do, the inside spokes in the barrel in gloss black. I had them do a machine face with a tinted clear coat over it. So these wheels were recently done. Not one curb mark, not one scratch, fully balanced out, no bends, nothing like that. Here's the tire size, 265/30 R20 on the front. And I also do have the floating center caps, which will stay in place while you drive. Pretty cool. Carbon fiber mirror caps that came with the car. Those are BMW OEM. Car does have a heads-up display. The Competition also does come with a black side air vent. Again, sorry about the background noise. Here's the interior. We have black interior with the white stitch. Zoom out. With the Competition, you also get the holes in the seats for weight saving. Car does have a few little cracks here and scratches and things like that. Again, it has 53,000 miles on it, so please be understanding. Okay, red stop start button there. You do have the carbon and the Alcantara here, carbon around here, a few little scratches up there. It's like I don't know, from a ring from someone from prior. Carbon M Performance carbon fiber e-brake with Alcantara boot. I added this. That's for your phone. If you have a magnet, it's a perfect spot. You just put your phone right up there. Car does have the M Performance carbon fiber trim here as well. There are a few marks on the steering wheel. Most people are probably just going to end up replacing it. Not that it's necessary, but most people probably will. The cool thing about this steering wheel, it is heated. Also has heated seats. Like I said, it has heads-up display. You do get the Harman Kardon, which sounds phenomenal, even better than my M340's Harman Kardon. I just think it was better. This car does have the blind spot and other features as well. The back seats, again, they're in near perfect condition. There are some scratches on there, but nothing to write home about. No rips, no tears. Sorry. I have my stuff here. Carbon fiber on the door, carbon fiber on the dash, carbon fiber on the dash. Let me do a quick startup for you guys. Exact mileage is 52,631. So here's what I was telling you guys about the EDC. Once you delete the EDC, the electronic dampening control, this will go away. Basically what happens when you unplug the stock suspension and you don't delete it out or add that delete kit, it feels like something is missing or something's wrong with the suspension, which it's not. It just has a coilover suspension on it. So that's what that is. Click off and you're done. Okay, go here, check vehicle status, just so you guys can see. Everything is up to date. Navigation. It's pretty awesome. I do love the competition exhaust. Again, this car never had a downpipe, never had a tune, only had a suspension done to it, and that's why I bought the car. I bought the car because it's never been modified, and I urge you to find a vehicle, even if you want to do the modifications yourself, find a vehicle that hasn't been beat up and modified, because it will save you a ton of time. As you can see, this car has basically every single option here. Click the cameras. I have front cameras as well. Again, this car has everything. Another cool thing, I'm going to show you the rear view mirror. You can see it has the shade back there. And here, let me close the door. Put the shade down. Again, this is an M3 with the auto shade. This is something 5 and 7 series has. I'll put it back up. Works perfectly fine. Also has the privacy shades in the door. The competition does also give you the stitch in the seatbelt, which is great. Again, this car has not given me any issues in the past year. I love it. I just don't feel the need to keep it if I'm not going to really drive it that much. Okay. Another thing that I did do to the car, when I bought it, I felt there was a little slop in the rear differential. So I did a brand new rear differential bushing. So the bushings that came in, I believe, late, 18 and up, was a polyurethane upgraded version over the 15 through 17, so I went with that one. As you can see, all the bolts are nice, no front end accidents, all original, no bolts returned. Here's the VIN number for you guys so you can check it out. No leaks. Here's the individual tag for the fire orange. Again, 1 of 4 in this configuration for 2017. So in 2017, with all the packages that it has, so heated front and rear seats, heads-up display, the rear shades, the exterior carbon fiber package, so it also has the carbon fiber diffuser as well. That's all from the factory, that's not added on. Never had any intakes on it, nothing. So again, hard pressed to find an M3 like this. Tons of tire tread, front and rear. This factory clear had a little mark there. Car runs perfectly fine, needs nothing. Let me zoom out a little bit. I did add the carbon fiber seat backs on both sides there. Headliner's perfect. Carbon fiber roof is perfect. Rear tires, 285/30 R20. Pads are perfect. The rear pads are getting a little low from what I could see. Let me see if I could zoom in for you guys here. So you got some time, but something to think about. Quarter panels are still in decent shape. When I say decent, I mean good, considering rock chips and stuff. There's only a few tiny little ones. Okay. So I am not a dealer, but my friend is, so I'm borrowing his plate, and I'll tell you why. Here's the factory carbon diffuser. Underneath, everything's perfect. There's like 0 rust. It's incredible. So I'll tell you why I have a dealer plate. So I bought this car last year out of Miami. I believe one of the employees for Boston Wheels owned this vehicle. Carbon fiber and performance wing. And he sold it to me. He had purchased it from California, so I went from California to Florida. And again, I've had it for a year, and I didn't want to add another owner onto the history of the vehicle because of how rare it is. And I know us M owners, we don't want to just tack on a bunch of. I knew I wasn't going to keep the car long. It was just basically something I had to have, and I got it, and it's just time to sell it. I don't drive it enough. I had a Boss 302 before the M3, the E92. That was my dream car. I didn't keep it long. That's my everyday driver. I'm just going to keep the M340 and the Audi for now. And one day I'll get back into a car like this. But I know it won't be this one. This is a rare bird. So it does have some paint chipping here. It looks like at one point it was riding pretty low. So there is some paint chips there. I believe that this quarter panel was painted at this point. And again, there is all the seams and all the seals are there. Never was replaced. Must have been some little damage here or a repaint for rock chips. But I can tell you for a fact that this quarter was repainted, but never bothered me. It's perfect. So Everything is good. Everything looks nice. I'll pull this back for you guys so you can see. All factory welds. Again, a few little scratches, but I do have 20mm spacers all around, and I also added a stud kit from FCP Euro. Love that stud kit. This car sits perfect. I don't ride it super low. Doesn't rub whatsoever. Again, this car is immaculate. If you're looking for a beautiful M3, you even have your camera system up front. If you're looking for a beautiful stock M3, this is your one. Don't pass up the opportunity. 1 out of 4 in the world. Made in 2017. It's a competition. Yes, you will see them out there. I've seen a few, but they're non-competition models. This is the one you want. The DCT is perfect. Incredible. All the factory carbon on it. Not modified, never tuned. Another cool thing is, if you wanted to see this car when it was brand new, unbeknownst to me when I purchased it, there's a gentleman named Scott Smith that does YouTube videos. Scott Smith, he works for BMW in California, named Rusnak BMW, and I remember a few years back, I was watching this. Sorry, I'll let the truck go by. I was watching this video on this beautiful fire orange M3, and I said, man, what would it be like to own that fire orange M3? And come to find out, same VIN number. This is the one that made it into my hands. So check that one out. Look him up, Scott Smith BMW 2017 M3 Fire Orange. This is the same car. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I do work for BMW in Long Island here. I'm one of the managers here. This car has been gone through by the certified BMW technicians, and I can tell you one thing, it attracts a crowd. Anytime I pull into work with this, I get compliments. People always ask if I'm ready to sell it. Now I am. So here's your opportunity. Clean title in hand, no liens, ready to go. But again, it was fun, but it's time to let it go to a new owner. So thank you so much for taking the time, and talk to you guys soon.